I mean, I'm not really feeling like helping Fergus too much at the moment because a certain person lost a rat that he bought to feed one of the snakes, and it chewed the inside of my oven. So Fergus
Oh,
might be used as a human shield tonight.
Sounds good to me.
did you find the rat?
Yes, yes, there it was quite the ordeal, but him and the girls got the rat out of the stove.
Does anybody have access to Yuji's character sheet?
Yes, I can. Well, I can't like change it around, but I can view it, I think.
Okay, so you can.
I can tell us like how many numbers he has, if that helps at all.
There you go.
Yep.
Okay.
Just need somebody to play Yuji.
I've been banned, for the record.
I feel like we did a pretty good job sharing this last time, so we can do that. All right. I got UG
Okay.
up, so I can do UG. Fergus will probably be listening in, and I can stick around for him and Siobhan too.
What are you drinking, Deuce?
The last of a bottle of Jack Daniels I had.
Oh, I should go spike this time. Be right back.
Okie doke. Stephanie, you can just fill in Jared. Oh, there he is.
Yeah, yeah, he's here.
Just housekeeping. I'm going to be out of town the next 2 weeks, so
Okie dokies.
got our big preacher meeting in St. Louis
Oh, awesome.
next week, and then taking some youth groupies to the beach the week after. So
Have fun.
yeah,
Summertime blues.
it's been a while since I've been on a youth group trip, so that'll be fun. So, okay, everybody here that's going to be here.
I believe so, yes.
Yuppers.
All right. Okay, so where we left off. Last time, you guys, after having rescued the stag from the swamp and receiving your boards, that don't forget those, by the way, they're in effect. So, made your way and you actually found the first ritual site at the cursed tree, and were able to defeat several Wendigos and a goblin shaman there, who fired off a fireball and took a couple of you down, but you managed to bring him down. This all took place in the wee hours of the morning, and then you, having gotten beaten up pretty significantly from that fight, decided to take a short rest. And so you finished your short rest and received the benefits from that. So if everybody's has all the hit points and hit dice that they rolled from that, make sure you've got all that. So right now it is mid-morning. The fog that once hung over the cursed tree where where you took your short rest has dissipated as you ended the ritual. Kind of the fungal tendrils that had twined around the tree started retracting, and by the time you ended your short rest, that nasty fungal looking, just snake-like vines that have been growing around this tree have almost completely retracted. The chains are thick black chains that run from the standing stones around the tree. They're still there, but the eerie flames that were nestled inside the notches of the standing stones went out as soon as the goblin shaman was dispatched. And so I think you made some arcana checks last time, and you were able to determine that you seem to have indeed disrupted this ritual site by defeating the goblin shaman. And so now you're resting from your wounds. You didn't explicitly tell me, but I'm going to assume that you looted the bodies, and in the process of that, you find 24 gold pieces and 50 silver pieces, as well as 4 kind of medium-sized clay, red clay, what's the word I'm looking for? Bottles, containers, on the goblin shaman. The sun is starting to peek over the tops of the trees to the east, and
Was
to
there
the
anything?
west. As go ahead.
Was there anything in the bottles, or are they just empty bottles?
They're liquid. There is some kind of liquid in there. It has you can smell, it has a very pungent vapor to it. Almost like oilish.
Okay.
Like it's very similar to lamp oil, but even stronger. So as the sun rises in the east and casts its light over the tops of the trees, it kind of bounces off of the bottom of some clouds that are rolling in from the west, giving the sky a red hue in the morning, which makes you think that rain is on the way. So it's roughly around 9 a.m. based on where you were with the stag and where you went to. Fergus with his ranger skills is able to kind of say, well, you probably have another day march from your current location to where the general area of the second ritual site is going to be, almost directly west of where you are now. So, okay, having said all that, what would you guys like to do?
Does anybody here have I don't know, alchemy proficiency that could roll some kind of check to see what's in these bottles that we looted?
Alchemy? I don't
I don't know what it would be. What kind of check that would be?
Medicine?
Yuji has a plus
I mean,
4
that's not
in
exactly.
medicine.
Would it be a-
Yeah, I would say Arcana, or just a straight intelligence check.
So Arcana usually has a plus 5 or a plus 3 for intelligence. Siobhan has a plus 3 in Arcana, so Yuji's would be higher.
Yeah, let's have Yuji roll Arcana to see if we can figure out what it is we're actually taking with us.
Would that be a 20?
Yes.
Yeah,
And then
D20.
add the plus 5
Oh
to it.
no! Where'd I go? Damn. Oh, I hate when I do that. Hang on a second. Jason's laptop does this dumb thing where it like changes its look, and I hate it. It makes me so mad because I can never figure out where I was. Okay, found it. We're good. Let's see, D20. Roll. What am I doing? Did it roll? No.
It is. Something.
Oh, there it goes.
It's
Okay.
thinking.
15 plus 5. So 20.
Whoa.
You have 4 bottles of alchemist fire.
Ooh. Would she know what that does or how to use it from that roll?
Yes. So, alchemist fire. I can't. It's not in D&D Beyond. Huh, that's weird. There we go. Yeah. All right. It's a sticky adhesive fluid that ignites when exposed to air. So you don't have to catch it on fire. You just throw it like a grenade. Throw it up to 20 feet, shattering on impact. So you make a ranged attack, and a hit, the target takes 1d4 fire damage. So a DC extinguish, like a DC 10 dexterity check to extinguish the flame, or it continues to burn. So it sticks on, it stays on unless they're able to. And I like to add that anybody around them in an adjacent square gets a dex check or a dex save, or else they get some of the stuff on them and they also take damage. So like splash damage.
So who wants to carry the bomb?
I think it sounds like a really good idea for Fergus.
Yes.
Do we want to give him all 4, or do we want to?
I say we give him all 4. Let's load him up. If he's gonna blow himself up, then at least he'll be a pretty big boom.
Yeah.
Let's say if he like slips and falls or gets knocked prone or something, there's a chance these things are gonna go off.
Fergus, I'm blowing you up.
We should split that up because 4d4 from a fall. Come on, guys.
Maybe
Just a
my
chance.
husband
It's just a chance.
is taking it out. Okay, fine. Can we give
I'll
him at
take
least
one.
2? Can we make him have 2?
Sure, he can have 2. Are you going to carry the other one, or are we going to give it to somebody else?
I mean, Siobhan has been the worst of all of them. So do we really trust her so far? She's fallen down a tunnel.
Thinking,
Fallen in a
I mean, your rolls can only get better,
water.
right? Your
I don't
rolls
think
can only
Siobhan's-
get better.
not
no, I
fallen
hear,
yet.
I hear you, Siobhan. What if we gave it to Sue? Give one to Sue.
Sugu, try not to drink it.
You just see No Tongue's head like catch on fire because Sue gets furious.
Starts dipping like the rat inside, pull it out, and it catches on fire.
Okay, so
Sug thinks we should head.
west.
Yeah.
To the other.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Okay. Okay, you strike off back into the woods. The site that you were in was kind of in a dell, a bowl-shaped depression, and so you start heading back in a general upward sort of way, kind of a lot of like pointless ups and downs. Like you kind of go up and then come back down, and you don't go down quite as far as you went up, and so you're sort of generally moving at a higher elevation. The day's getting hot. It's getting warm, muggy. It's kind of the height of spring, but the air, as you move deeper into the forest, kind of as you further you get from the tree where the ritual was stopped, as you go 1 hour, 2 hours walking, it's now 11 o'clock ish. The sun is getting high. The humidity under the trees just seems to trap the moisture as it evaporates, and the mist starts to return. The clouds that you saw in the morning are starting to grow thicker and darker as they now kind of start to obscure the sun. They lose that reddish hue, and they just sort of have this general dark, foreboding appearance to them. You go another hour as you make your way deeper into the forest, and kind of maybe around the midday mark, the sun is, it's hard to tell, but it's high in the sky. It's giving as much light as it can, given the clouds. You sort of way in the distance can hear rumbles of thunder. And the mist, as the heat is evaporating, just grows thicker and thicker. And there starts to be a really acrid smell to the air, more than just the general smell of fungus and rot and cursed forest smell, whatever that is, right? But a sharper smell. And then actually, the further you go along, as you continue, it starts to burn your nostrils and your eyes. So you've been traveling, 4.5 hours at this point, and the fog the mist is very thick now. It's starting to be to where it's obscuring your vision, and the burning is more intense, and it's actually starting to get into your throat, and like you're kind of starting to cough from it. What would you guys like to do at this point?
Like to find a piece of. Can I just find a piece of cloth that I have and use it as a mask?
Sure.
Does that help it any? I guess is my question. Like, would things like that help it?
Yeah. So you put the cloth around your face. It does sort of lessen the smell and also the burning. It doesn't help your eyes as much, unless you want to wrap it around your eyes. But yeah.
No thanks. Who did we say had a really high nature?
Fergus?
Was it?
A
Was
high
it
nature is
Yeah.
Fergus has +3. Yuji has +4. And Siobhan has +1, so not Siobhan. So Fergus or Yuji on this side.
I've got like a +2. Maybe if somebody with a higher than a +2 wanted to roll and see if they could figure out what is making the air hurt us, it might help if we knew what it was. Just a thought.
I feel like Yuji's our best bet from nature. He has a +4.
Okay.
So that D20 again.
Yep.
What is that doing? Why? I did not. I don't.
99.
A 99. Oh,
Yeah.
holy
Do
cow.
that again.
Whoa.
One of every number. One. That's 6.
So what was the real roll? A 6. Okay. The best you can tell is like this isn't natural.
Thanks for that, Yuji.
Has the corruption been clearing up since we've been moving the opposite direction?
It looked like it as you kind of in the the first mile or so around the tree, it looked better than it was as you approached the tree than it was when you approached the tree. But the further away from the tree you got, I mean, that quickly. So you could tell, like, maybe something's happening as a result of stopping that
Yeah.
ritual, but not very much at this point.
Sure thing. Well, Sug doesn't know. Sug lived in tunnels. Should we go sneakily? Sneaky?
Probably not a bad idea, sir.
All right, so stealth
Slowly.
check,
Yeah.
right?
That means we're gonna go slower, and it's already been super long.
That means you move half speed.
Yeah.
Siobhan got
Blessing
10.
of the Trickster. No tongue.
Okay. What's that do?
Advantage. So if you're rolling at disadvantage, you just straight. Alright, stealth. Stealthy. Oh no! Sue got a nat 1.
Kahavai got. Oh no, you have a thing too. Kahavai got a 14. You have a
Down.
bomb.
Fergus got an 8
No, we're
with
rolling stealth.
disadvantage.
11.
Siobhan got a 10, and Yuji got a. Let's see, Yuji. Stealth is a +4. So let's only roll 1 dice this time, Megan.
Nat 20. No.
15.
Okay.
I mean, that was pretty impressive.
everybody
I don't
feels
think I
like-
saw the 10 die across the screen.
So everybody feels like they're moving fairly quietly, with the exception of No Tongue and especially Sug, who just seems to be just patting on its head. It's kind of absentmindedly, hammering, banging out a little funky beat.
Hey, this thing makes noise when you
So-
tap it with the rock.
Can I do
I
like an investigation check or something to see, is this acrid smell that we are smelling, like, is it coming up from the ground? Is it coming from like a specific type of tree? Is it just everywhere? Does that make sense? Like, try to determine.
yeah. Make a perception check. In fact,
Okay.
why don't everybody make a perception check as
Okay.
you're moving in further west. Especially because you're trying to go stealthily, you're moving at half speed. You notice more that gradually, because you're moving slower, that it's getting worse, and it's starting to even come through your mask that you've made. So, what are the perception checks?
19.
I got a 14.
15, 14.
Sug
7.
19.
Okay. All right.
Yuji got a 12. And then
Okay.
mine is a 1, and Fergus got like nothing too. He got a 9.
Okay. All right. So everybody who got like a 14 or better notices number one, going north and south, the fog stays about the same intensity. Going west, it's getting thicker as the further you move into the west. It appears to be just sort of rising up out of the ground. There doesn't appear to be a single source of it. If anything, you notice like the fungal tendrils here are perhaps thicker. They have sort of a deeper blackish hue. As you're walking along, you notice just sort of these wispy, ashy sort of particles that are kind of floating and suspended in the air, like very much going for the upside down kind of vibe here as you're moving through the forest. So it appears to kind of be running in a north-south direction, getting thicker as you move to the west, but there doesn't appear to be any one single source.
You said it's getting cloudy, right? The sun's being obscured.
Yeah, so the clouds are moving in overhead, and the sun is high in the sky. It's still giving a diffused sort of pale
Okay.
light.
Okay.
It's
so,
now kind of even what light comes through the fog has got a little bit of a greenish, kind of illuminates the fog with a greenish, sickly sort of tint.
Okay. All right. I was gonna say if it's darker, then I would have been a nat 20 for 25 on a perception check. But if the sun's still out, then yeah, 19's good.
Okay, you got a 19 on your perception check?
Correct. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, like, Sug, you can imagine, like, this appears to be sort of a barrier that runs north and south, kind of blocking your way west. You're not sure how far that barrier extends.
Something's
You're gonna
keeping us out.
proceed.
Can I ask a really maybe stupid question? Can
Yeah.
I tell if while we're walking we are actually going forwards or if we're like going in circles or something and not realizing it? Like, is there
Sure,
something
you can,
kind of magic like preventing us from actually getting to where we need to be?
make a survival check.
Okay. I got a nat 1 because I have disadvantage.
Yeah.
So, nope.
Sounds good.
You feel like you've more or less been going in a straight line.
We got this.
Good deal.
We got this. Yeah. Let's save Lupa.
Proceed. Shall we proceed?
Yeah.
As you proceed, I need everybody to make a Constitution saving throw.
Yeah.
Oh. Constitution saving throw. Is that a D20? Because I'm not rolling in this thing anymore.
Yeah. all
Seriously,
20s.
don't
It's
get
a D20.
Yes. 50, 60, 70. Got Siobhan got a 19. So
Okay, Yvonne is good.
I got a 6.
Kahava got an
Alright.
8.
Sue 8.
All right.
I got an
Fergus
8
got
and
a
17.
16. Fergus
What
got-
did Fergus get?
Fergus got 16.
Yeah, you did.
Okay.
And you got 13.
Okay. So everybody who got a 13 or greater is fine. Everybody else takes 2 points of damage from you just breathe and you start to feel queasy and sick and your throat is burning and you're coughing. There you go. But now you feel like you're in the thick of the fog. So, you gonna proceed?
Let's save Lupa. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so.
All right. So, how long are you gonna keep?
How long does it take to do another Constitution saving throw?
Yeah.
2
What's
steps
the
before that.
What's the distance there?
Okay. Well, you're just so you continue on. You press on into the fog. You go like after that initial kind of plunge into the depths of this stuff. You feel its effects fully. You continue on. You're determined to save Lupa. You go for about another hour. So make another Constitution saving throw. 13 is the number you want to.
Ooh. I got 2 dirty 20s. I rolled 2 18s.
Siobhan
Wow,
got
okay.
17.
19.
3.
Oh, Yuji got 13.
Okay.
Fergus didn't make it. He
Sue,
got
did you get 3?
3.
All right, everybody that got less than 13 takes 1 point of damage as you press on through the fog. Gonna keep going?
Guys, I don't think we're getting anywhere. I think we have to do something to get through this.
I have so I had on my notes, scared me, piece of fuzz, that the oak tree was west of that first island we were on. The oak tree was west and the ruins were east. So we're currently going from the west to the east.
You had that reversed.
So the ruins are
the oak
west?
tree was the ruins are west, the oak tree is east.
Okay.
According to my highly accurate drawing.
So I don't remember what Siobhan got in our little secret chat. I don't know how to get back to it. I was trying to look at like all my spells and see if there was anything that might like help us, but I'm not seeing any in mine or Fergus's. And I think mine like I can.
How far can we see? What's our visibility range?
I mean, 20 feet ahead.
Can I try shooting a
Do you have
sacred
your high
flame?
beams on?
Yeah. I want to sacred flame into the fog. Straight
That's what I
ahead
was
of us.
wondering. Do any
Right.
Whole fog explodes.
That's what I was
thinking.
That's what I was worried about. That's why I didn't do a firebolt yet, because I was thinking about a firebolt or bonfire.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, guys. New characters.
All right, dude.
Yeah.
My background, I have the feature Wanderer, where I have an excellent memory for geography, and you can always recall the general layout of terrain, settlements, and other features around you. So if we are not moving,
Fey ancestry.
hey man,
Yeah.
So, all right. So what? So if you are going in circles, you would be able to detect. Make a survival check with advantage because of your. Does it just say you always know where you are?
it says I may have written that in, but no, it doesn't say no.
We
Do
need
a
to
do a
see
survival
terrain
check
too.
with advantage.
23.
Oh yeah. So No Tongue, you feel fairly confident. Like you are making progress. You're not caught in some like
Loop.
loop.
Okay.
You're not going around in circles, lost in the woods.
All right, so I try to get that point across to everybody else.
How do you do that?
That's a great question. I just keep pointing forward. I keep going like
no circle.
no circle.
I have a question. Okay, so I was just reading on Fergus, and he's a natural explorer. Are we in a forest? Or not?
Are in a forest.
We
It's a
are.
cursed forest. It's a nasty, ugly, stinky fog forest, but you are in a forest.
So it says that so forest is his favorite terrain type. Proficiency bonus equaled for proficient skills when you make an intelligence or wisdom check related to it. While traveling for an hour or more in your chosen terrain, difficult terrain does not slow your group travel. Your group can't become lost except by magical means. You remain alert to danger even when you are engaged in another activity. You can move stealthily at a normal pace while alone. You find twice as much food while foraging, and while tracking creatures, you learn the exact numbers how long ago they passed through the area.
Oh wow, that's pretty cool.
So
So you're not lost. You're definitely traveling west. You're continuing. You're on the same bearing that you wanted to be, but you are in this very unnatural fog. So Fergus is alerted to danger. And he finds a half-eaten hot dog on the ground foraging
Wow.
for food. Goblin hot dog.
Can I take
Eat the
my
hot dog?
water?
Yeah.
Yes. I
Eat
mean,
the hot dog.
obviously, Sue's gonna attack him. Attack roll on Fergus. I guess that's a grapple check to steal the hot dog.
Yep.
Can I wet like a piece of my like tunic and like cover my nose? Well, as much as like do Ewok style? Is that Ewok?
Yeah.
Yeah. Try to help
COVID Ewok.
more so
Okay.
keep the stuff off. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. You gonna keep walking?
Yes, so
If we're not lost.
So
this is how
We're
we
not
die,
on
guys.
continue.
Just kind of slowly.
All
Yeah.
Fergus and No Tongue keep pushing us along.
right, you guys keep moving along. You press on. You want to go for another hour?
How's everyone doing? Anyone dying? Anyone need anything?
This is the first damage that Suga's taken all campaigns so far.
Oh, nice.
I think Fergus has got 10 of his 14, but it's all good.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So you continue on through the fog. Fergus and No Tongue, you feel very confident you're heading in the right direction. Just kind of got to get through this. Save Lupa. That's your mission. You're focused. Make another Constitution saving throw.
15.
14 for Kahavai.
It was so close to a 21. I got a 5. It was on 19 and then it
Natural 20!
Yeah.
I'm safe over here.
Okay. All right. So anybody that got less than 13 takes 3 points of damage. Sug, you take 2 because you're a little wet. You dig out a pair of an old pair of No Tongue's undies and like let
Yeah.
it like wrap it around your head.
Yeah.
Double damage.
Double
Yep.
damage.
Yeah. Psychic damage.
It just reminds you of home, Sug.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's just like that other night, right? In the fountain.
So, okay. As you kind of reach this last hour of traveling through the fog, you guys can kind of see up ahead. It appears to be lifting. Like it appears to be thinning out as you move forward. So you feel like you're through it, and you've pressed on through whatever this hazard was that you encountered. So, well done.
We won.
Hey guys, if you
You
get something
beat
wet
the
and you stick it
encounter.
on your face, it helps.
Go ahead and Fergus. Let's see. Fergus, definitely make a perception check and what is Fergus's passive perception?
He rolled a 13 for perception.
Okay. Go ahead and because of the nature of this, so we'll add his proficiency bonus to that too. So that's 15. Fergus notices that so you've been traveling kind of generally uphill. You're finally kind of on level ground as you reach this fog. As you come through the fog, which is now you travel for another little while, the fog seems to have completely gone away. It seemed to be just sort of a fairly thick barrier with kind of pretty sharp edges for fog. Fergus notices kind of heading off to the north a trail that's been obscured somewhat. Although he still thinks you can kind of see up ahead as you sort of come up over the top crest of a hill, the forest seems to thin out somewhat, about a mile or two distant, and kind of move into fewer trees, low, scraggy sort of growth, like short, twisted juniper trees and fir trees on a rocky sort of landscape. And you can see sort of several gray hills as they sort of poke their way out of the sort of sickly pale green of the forest. These gray hills kind of show themselves through the trees. So, but there's this trail that leads away from that further to the north.
So Fergus kind of, can everyone see that, or it's just Fergus? He's the only one that's kind of picking up on that.
Everyone can sort of see the hills off to the west. Fergus is the one who notices the trail that leads to the north.
Okay, so Fergus kind of tells everyone that that's like up there and that's that direction. Do we want to head that way?
Should we be sneaky again?
Yeah.
You feel like you're clear of the fog at this point.
Yeah.
Do you guys think if we take that trail, we need to check it for traps? Are we getting too close to the point where somebody's going to be like, don't come?
Well, I mean, if it's a trail.
Just a thought.
And there's no other pathway going towards the hills?
Like, you guys have sort of been picking your way through the forest as you've been going. You haven't encountered much in the way of like beaten paths and trails. I mean, it hasn't been. It's not like you're having to bushwhack through thick foliage, but yeah.
Yeah, I vote trail.
Yeah.
Go the trail.
I would say the trail. Should we do an Arcana check just to see if we're sensing anything? Is that what you were thinking?
Well,
Or
so Arcana taps into your knowledge of arcane lore and rituals and procedures.
Yeah,
It doesn't
more
allow you to
investigation.
like detect magical forces
Yeah.
or anything like that. But
okay.
Yep. Let's proceed.
Mm.
heading to the north,
Yep.
kind of checking for traps as you go, going stealthily. How are we?
Yeah, I'm in the back.
Mm,
Say Fergus is probably up front.
I would say probably stealthy would be a good idea if we can pull it off.
Well, and with
Okay.
if we can pull it off. No, that's just difficult terrain doesn't slow us down.
yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, Sugus tried not drinking the yucky stuff.
So at this point, it's about 3-ish in the afternoon. You head up the North Trail, going as stealthily as you can. Everybody make a stealth check.
Alright. Bless you on the
It
trickster.
sort of starts to wind its way up into a thicker grove of trees as you go, and you're gaining elevation.
What have I got?
The clouds,
Siobhan got a natural 20, Fergus got a 19, and you got a
13 for me.
8!
18.
I feel like you're doing fairly well going stealthily up this trail. You proceed slower. the clouds that were overhead are still there. If anything, they're getting a little darker, and the rumbling of thunder that was further off in the distance sounds a little bit closer. But you start to proceed up a hill, and you're going into a grove of trees. But at this point, as you kind of get closer to the crest of the hill, the trees, the bark looks smoother. It doesn't have this sickly sort of glossy ooze that sort of generally seems to cover everything. The fungal tendrils are much smaller and fewer. The further you get closer to the hill, the forest itself seems generally more healthy, and the air seems lighter. And actually, eventually, you come out into a glade, a kind of a flat grassy area on top of a hill that's surrounded by trees and have the low but thick bushes. Almost like you have to sort of force your way through them, and they're not loaded down with berries, but there's definitely some berries on some of these bushes in this small. It's probably maybe a 10-foot round sort of area. As you come out into the glade, the grass is green. There's no sign of the fungus around the perimeter of this 10-foot area, and you can actually look up and see not clear sky. You see the clouds, but the air just doesn't have that hazy quality to it, and it smells fresher. It reminds you very much of how the stag affected the forest around him.
So I know we had the tree that we had to go fix. What was the actual second thing that we were looking for?
Ruins.
Ruins.
Yeah, as the stag described it, there were a set of ruins. It sounded like on a gray rocky outcropping somewhere to the west.
So no signs from where we are of that.
Like, it's not giving you a view of the country around you, because the trees around are just tall, and the undergrowth here is thicker and fuller.
But we saw like the gray hills that was kind of described earlier, right? We just didn't end up there.
Right. Correct. They were further to the west, and with Fergus's Fey ancestry, forest magic, like, you moved mostly north. So you kind of generally know where you are.
Right. Gonna tap No Tongue's head and point to the tree. Be like, look. Can we look?
So I'll take my backpack and I'll lift it as high as I can for Soup to get out, to get out into a tree.
Sure, that's what I meant. Yeah, let's do it. Gonna scurry up. Can I climb a tree?
I don't know.
Either athletics or acrobatics.
Yes.
Whichever is better for you.
I was hoping for that. Or all right.
No Tongue lifts Sug up, and he just sort of like grabs onto the lowest branch of one of these trees.
Parkour.
What'd you get?
Oh my goodness, 11.
Okay.
Dice.
Like, you managed to kind of like hook a leg over the branch and pull yourself up, and now you're kind of clinging to this tree, and so you're able to kind of like tentatively just sort of like grab around the trunk of the tree and just sort of like up the side of it, grab another branch, pull yourself up. It's slow going, but there's something about a kobold. Maybe not having a tail throws your balance off a little bit.
Definitely.
But you can finally kind of get a little peek, and you can see off to the west. There's definitely first thing you notice. Well, make a perception check, Sue.
Yes, for sure. So, is it bright?
It's still definitely daytime.
Okay,
It's not
well, that's
bright
a 2.
by any means.
Either way, that's a 7.
Okay. Well, you can see off to the west of where you are. The air is hazy and thick and foggy, but you can see just sort of a line of gray, rocky area, sort of jutting up in the middle of the forest. You can't make out anything specific about it, but
Sure.
if that's where you're headed, like it's still to the west, maybe a mile away from where you are.
Through forest, right?
Do what?
We'd have to go through forest.
You would
no
have
way-
to, yeah. You would continue kind of in the way that you have been going.
Okay. I will scramble back down and point that out.
Okay.
Grey Hills!
Make another acrobatics or athletics check.
Yes.
You're about 20 feet up at this point.
Alright. Well, if I not won this.
Don't pull a
Seriously,
Siobhan.
it keeps trying to roll like an 18, but it's teasing me. 7.
Okay. You start to scurry down, and you kind of lose your grip for just a second, slip, and make another, like you grab a hold of a branch before you kind of actually fall to the ground, and you feel a strong hand reach up and just kind of pluck you off the branch and put you on the ground.
Yay! Pat, thank you. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
That way!
Carry on.
Carry on.
What are you gonna do?
Wait, the place where we are, is there any evidence around us of other people or the stag being here recently?
Make a survival check. Anybody that wants to help or join in, or
Sue's recovering from her near-death experience. The 20-foot fall.
I got a 18 for Fergus, a 19 for Siobhan, and a 7 for
Yeah.
Courtney.
What did Kahavai get?
Kahavai got a 6 because she rolled a 16 and a 2.
yeah. So Fergus got 18 and Siobhan got
Thank you.
19. Yep. Okay. You guys don't see any signs of tracks other than your own, and you've kind of been tramping around here a little bit. Like nothing to indicate that the stag was here. Nothing but the trees around the edge and these berry bushes that are there.
So, Fergus, while tracking creatures in a forest, can learn the exact number, size, and how long ago they passed through. So, does he notice anything, or just there's just nothing there?
There's nothing there.
Can I like maybe find a little cloth or something and pick some of these berries to take with us?
Yeah.
Cool. They might be really cool and they might get upset with them. But I figure maybe we should stop.
Oh wow. Yeah, you managed to find 10. They're good size, like berries are this sort of like deep red color. They smell sweet. They look like the bushes looked healthy. They didn't look like they've been affected.
I really want to eat one, guys, but I'm afraid what would happen if I do.
Berries and mushrooms. Always
I mean,
safe.
if it's a wisdom or an intelligence check, Fergus would get He's proficient in that.
Are you volunteering Fergus as tribute?
Volunteering Fergus to eat the berries.
While you're at it, Fergus, play around with that bomb that you got carrying. Well, would he? No.
That's Fergus's contribution for tonight.
Maybe he'll start seeing wacky things. Maybe he's not the one.
How do you know he's not already seeing wacky things? This is gonna make it worse.
I mean, it can't be any worse. I already have disadvantage on everything, right?
Sure.
Like, it can't be worse.
It's not on everything.
It's on the things that matter.
Oh my goodness. Such a good idea.
Okay, I'm gonna eat a berry juice. I'm gonna eat one of the berries.
Okay. Okay.
You become a magic unicorn.
You are healed for 3 points of damage.
So cool. I'm gonna be like,
Yay! Make
Go
a
ahead.
Constitution saving throw.
let's see.
Natural one. Natural one.
Close enough. I got a 6.
Ah.
Uh-oh.
You take 3 points of poison damage.
Yeah. I love it.
I want to do it again.
You're gonna try to play the lottery.
I want to eat another berry.
Oh boy.
You are healed for 1 point of damage. Make a Constitution saving throw.
Best case scenario is you heal 1 hit point.
I got 5.
You take 1 point of poison damage.
All right, I'll
Wow.
stop. I'll stop playing with my hit points now.
I
Step right up
think
to
you
the
learned a little bit about how they work.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
So now you have 8 berries.
Okay. I'll keep that in my inventory.
And a very confused stomach.
Right. So we head towards.
Do you feel? So they had a very sweet taste at first, and they're, I mean, quite good. And you felt this immediate sense of revivification happening, and then at the very end of the flavor profile, the sharp bitterness all of a sudden just kind of burns in the back of your throat, and kind of your tongue gets a little numb, and you just sort of feel this racking gut pain, and you just sort of like take that last little bit of damage. So
Some lessons have been
Okay.
learned.
Hey, for somebody who has a high constitution, these could be great. It would not.
okay,
Alright, so does the path go... The path goes north, and the thing is to the west.
the path ends in this glade
Oh, I see.
to the
okay.
the happy sad berries.
That's my inventory notes. 8 happy sad berries. Alright, that way!
Which way are you going?
West? Towards the
Towards
Grey
the-
Hills.
All right. Okay, so the day is wearing on. It takes you about an hour, but you make your way, and finally the forest just sort of gives, and you're in a deep ravine between two gray hills. There are trees, but they're kind of low, scraggy, like twisted fir tree type things. Look like, life-size bonsai trees kind of clinging to the rocks. Yeah. Let's see. Give me 1 second. Make a everybody make a perception check while I'm getting something going.
Visual.
Finally.
Scott, how about I do a 19?
Yes.
24.
19.
Siobhan got 18, Fergus got 10, and Yuji got 15.
We are not in direct sunlight, correct?
We're not in direct sunlight.
Yay. 24 for Sug. Man, I'm killing it on the perception checks. Not anything else.
Is he gone?
Did we lose Deuce?
I think we might have.
Disconnected.
no.
I was busy looking at the random stuff that Fergus decided to pack along. He has the bag of holding, the boots of Elvenkind, which gives him stealthiness, and then the ring of mind holding.
Hold up.
What?
He has a bag of holding?
He has a bag of holding.
How?
It's just part of his stuff that when he could pick things at the very beginning, he picked random stuff like bagpipes and the
That's
bag
like-
of holding and
It's like 500 gold. They're super expensive.
I think it was one of his because he's a high elf. He was able to pick certain things and he picked the most random stuff in here. Yes,
Sneaky boots.
yes, you have sneaky
His
boots,
name's
bag
Kyle.
of holding, and a ring of mind shielding where your soul can go when you die and talk to people through your ring when they were.
Yes. Like Voldemort.
Boom.
I am super jealous of the bag of holding.
Steph wants your bag of holding.
For reals.
Well, he has one. He used it.
$1,200. And it's yours.
Real monies.
No, I'm just gonna stick all of my crap in your bag. That's what's gonna happen from
I'm
now
already
on.
holding 2 bombs. They wouldn't let me give you all 4.
Why not?
I don't know. They
Because Deuce said that if you like fall,
if you trip,
it
you
takes them
fall.
off.
But I got sneaky boots. I won't trip. Or fall.
You did. I did notice that you. Not that you would have noticed, but you're a natural, whatever, explorer. So you're helping us in the woods. In the forest.
Welcome back, Deuce.
Okay. Here we are.
They're trying to do laundry for our trip with the girls because Callie really likes laundry. So
Okay, let's see.
You should encourage that. Then you wouldn't have to ever do it.
I know. That's what I told him. Like, okay. So he's listening. He's just in the room next to us.
There you go.
Keep yelling things.
All right, let me see.
I'm eating all those worms.
I mean, if we come across some dragons, I've got us like solid.
Got it covered.
But I'll show you two later. Did I say 10 and 15? I think. The only downside of rolling on here is I forget what I roll for all three people.
There we go.
Let's roll the dice for you and roll for Eugene and Fergus on the app.
That's true. I could do that.
Okay.
Watch stream. Oh no, I'm gonna die. Here we go.
Alrighty. Okay, so I'm not sure what all got through before I died.
You had a
If I
check. That was it.
you're in a deep ravine with steep slopes, not really even slopes, but kind of cliffs on either side. The cliffs go up about 40 feet. Not sheer. I mean, it's very old rock. You can tell where erosion over time has loosened it. It's like this gray sort of slate rock. It appears to be pretty crumbly. Not much in the way of trees or growth. There's one tree kind of right to your south there where you are. And yeah, so the ground itself is covered with kind of debris from this ravine as the erosion has taken place. It's kind of loose and gravelly. And then, yeah, so kind of off to your south, there's a tall hill. Everybody make a perception check, and then just kind of tell me how you're wanting to proceed.
Another perception check, or is this the one that
Did you make one? I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we did
Okay.
make.
All right.
24. So you got 24.
So you got a 24.
18, Fergus got 10, and Yuji got 15.
I got 7.
Okay. So a 15 is good enough to hear. You can kind of hear kind of coming from the crest of the hill. You can't see anything. Like No Tongue, you're useless in this.
Yeah.
But you hear just slight movements. You hear these sort of gravelly, grady voices, just sort of kind of muttering sort of to the south of where you are.
I would assume that Yuji would try and tell No Tongue what's happening. However you guys talk, I can't do your fancy language. One word.
Like it would be kind of coming from this direction over here.
Does it sound like it's coming down from the bottom?
So I don't. Can you see my pointer on my mouse pointer
Kind
on
of.
the screen? It's coming from like this direction over here, kind of along this sort of ridge line right here.
Which part are we on? Are we on the light or the dark?
You're on the light.
Okay.
So we're
Can you
elevated.
see-
Oh, I see. Duh.
Right.
You are below, so you are about 40 feet below.
Oh.
You're in the bottom of the ravine. Then there's a steep cliff
Okay, I thought it was down.
up. Can y'all kind of make sense of the map there? I'm not sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that makes more sense now.
Hey, Steph.
Yeah.
So like this.
I mean, I have
Can you read that?
stuff.
Vaguely. Yep. Yep.
See the order? That's the draft order.
Hmm.
Pistons finally won a lottery. Woohoo!
So, in order to get to where the voices are,
We've got
you have to climb up a 40-foot cliff.
If you approach it from this direction, yes. So the ravine runs kind of east and west. It's hard to tell. The map is a little tight,
I have
but
stuff plus climb, so I've got rope and I've got. Is it a piton? Is that how you say that?
yeah, piton.
Yeah, I've got that.
So you can proceed like this direction right here.
Okay.
Can y'all see my mouse pointer?
Yep.
Yeah. I'm worried that if we proceed that direction, then they are just going to shoot us with stuff and kill us.
And then we could just try and send some fire bolts up there. And
Just have Fergus go out first.
wait,
See
where are
what
the
happens.
bombs? Who has good throwing? Just throw some bombs up there? No?
I think that is not a bad idea. I don't know that we could do it from 40 feet below them.
So does it increase if we go around that bend? Does that like slowly go up? Like could we
It
get
seems
to
to
like 10
be
feet below?
so. As you kind of entered this ravine, first of all, the rain starts. So the rain starts coming down in pretty hard sheets. So the ground is wet, but that also kind of the sound of that sort of will obscure any sounds that you make. But it looks like it's pretty consistently the same height as it rounds the bend. So
if we can get within 30 feet, I have this spell minor illusion that I can make to like just try and distract them. If we're worried about them like seeing us. I also have earth tremor. So like I can shaky if we get closer.
Sounds like fun on a eroded cliff wall.
Like
That
if we
boy-
can get up there and get them to the edge, can I break them off?
Oh, I like that plan.
Like, but we have to get up there, I feel like, at least closer. I think
Yeah.
they're, like, 40 feet too far.
Looking at the cliffs, are there any... Do I see any caves in the cliffs?
no, nothing that nothing that would constitute like a cave entrance. You know, at some point the cliff does sort of undercut a little bit, but nothing like it doesn't go back deep into the hillside, that
Gotcha.
sort of thing.
So
does it
I
look
should
like
always add that you can see from this vantage point.
there you go.
I could volunteer to try and climb up stealthily and see what I can see.
Give you a rope. Give you an end of a rope.
Yeah, could do that. I don't know if I'll make it because I have disadvantage on everything, but I am willing to try.
So Fergus has +5 in athletics, and
But he also has disadvantage.
me too. Yeah. Or
I have plus in athletics, but it's not going to be stealthy.
Yeah.
yeah.
Maybe I should try first, and if I fall, you know, it's okay. I fall. And so if that doesn't work, then maybe.
Do we know if UG still has any more inspirations to give today? I think one. At least one.
I believe It looks like there's one slot left. And then cantrip. But I don't think any of those are gonna help us.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, so one. It looks like.
Um,
I think this would be a good use of it if we're gonna have her go up stealthily.
Deuce, is it? Would it be athletics or acrobatics to climb the cliff?
I will let you decide which one you would like to use.
Definitely acrobatics.
Okay, so Sug is going to hand Kahavai her rope from her pack and give you guidance.
Do you need
Cool.
the,
That's a D4.
Yeah, D4.
do you need my kitten thing? Or is there enough like armor leg hold?
Yeah, take.
That's a good question.
So, a piton is a long nail with a loop on the end that, as you're climbing, as the lead climber,
You hammer it in.
you would climb, set a piton, tie the rope in, climb above it. It would just sort of offer you protection as you went ahead. It would be a rather noisy affair to hammer a piton into.
Yeah, to a rock
Got
face.
10 of them, so if we need that. At
No,
some
if we're
point-
doing stealthily, that's
Yeah.
cannot use.
Okay, so I also do I also have inspiration from Yuji?
Sure.
Megan, give a song.
What is that? I don't even remember.
So inspiration.
I think it's a
is-
D6.
1d6.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Here goes nothing, guys.
10 minutes.
Uh,
You can do it.
I'm gonna turn and look at No Tongue. Be like, we should go over there and catch her.
Okay, I'll-
She falls. Catch.
Yeah, well, I didn't get very far. I got an 8.
Okay. So is that your acrobatics check?
Yeah.
With the guidance and
Okay.
the thing.
No, I'm not. I'm not even gonna use it.
I mean, it could be another 10. What are you gonna do? You're gonna try again?
I'm gonna try again. Yeah. For
Okay.
sure.
Are you trying to do this stealthily?
Probably. Yeah.
Okay. Make a stealth check.
That would be.
Use advantage because it's raining,
Oh.
Oh, there you go.
and this
Okay.
is a noise. This is a noise thing.
Okay, wait. Advantage, but I have disadvantage.
How many points of exhaustion do you
So
have?
it's just normal then.
Yeah.
Okay.
So X is the only thing we have.
I got
So-
10.
Steph, how many points of exhaustion do you have?
Just
One.
one.
Isn't
Yeah.
that just saving throws?
So far. Yeah, it's. Oh yeah, it's not.
It's only
Hold
on text.
On what?
Isn't it
Only
just saving
ability
throws?
check. Saving throws. At 3. It looks like.
Oh, no. It's, yeah, ability checks. You're good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So what did you get on your stealth check?
I got a 10.
And you got a 7 on your climb. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. So Yvonne makes it up. Sorry, who is climbing?
Haha.
Kahavai, sorry.
Meant.
You good.
There we go. All right, so Kahavai makes it up about 10 feet, and as she's reaching for one of the handholds, just a chunk of rock comes loose in her hand and kind of goes skittering down the cliff, and No Tongue has to sort of scoot out of the way, and only Kahavai's monk training, she manages to stick a foot out and catch herself before she falls.
Oh, I thought
You-
it was. Oh.
you've made this. This isn't a difficult climb. Like the handholds are big. I mean, the blessing of this sort of crumbly rock with huge gaps in it is that it's easy to climb, but it also comes off in your hand sometimes. And so,
Okay.
you've made a good bit of noise in doing this. You've made it about 10 feet. You haven't fallen. You can proceed if you want to.
I'm gonna keep going.
Because isn't the rain kind of drowning out a little bit?
Right, the rain, and that's why I gave her advantage
Got it.
on the roll. So
So my next acrobatics check is 15.
okay. So kind of make another stealth check, kind of having learned, the rock a little bit. You're a little better prepared. You can recognize a little bit more of what a bad handhold looks like here.
Stealth is 17.
Whoa.
17. Nice. Okay. So you've made it up a good 30 feet at this point. Looks like there's about 10 feet left to go in your climb.
Okay, and I still have the rope that Duke handed me. I
Right.
want to take a second and listen and see if, because I'm like 10 feet from the top, see if there's more noise coming from the right or coming from the left.
Okay, make a perception check.
So that is a 13.
Okay, you can tell, like, even. Oh wait, hold on, I forgot. Hold on. All you can kind of hear is the pattering of the rain on the rocks, and now water is starting to sort of come down in little rivulets off of the edge of this thing, of the top of the cliff. So.
Okay, then thinking of the people who will be climbing up after me, does it look easier to the right or easier to the left, or does it look the same?
It looks roughly the same. You can go, maybe a little bit easier to the left. So like this direction.
Okay. So I will try to go to the left a little bit and then keep going up till I get to the top, and hopefully there is something to hide behind.
Okay. All right. So make your acrobatics check.
And now I'm gonna use this inspiration. Let's see. Yeah. And 15.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
With
Make your
both-
stealth check before I move you any further.
Natural
advantage,
20 for a 20.
Okay.
Woohoo!
Okay. All right. So you carefully pull yourself up over the crest of the hill. Move this a little bit. Can you see this?
Yep.
All right. Okay. Kahavai, the hill like flattens out into a tabletop area. Immediately you see a set of standing stones and a stream running kind of through the center of the area. There are 3 or 4 goblins standing around, one guarding the bridge, one sort of looking over downstream towards where the hill sort of levels out a little bit. And as the stream makes its way down the hill, it's more of a gradual slope instead of a sheer cliff, so that you can kind of get access to the top of the hill by following to the left or to the right of the stream bed. There are 3 large standing stones, very similar to the one that was around the tree. The 3 goblins look more like they're armed with short swords and short bows and armor, like tatty, nasty goblin armor. That the one goblin that is standing closest to the stone is dressed more in robes and like has his hood up and is kind of covered with strange bangles and fetishes and beads and those sorts of things. You can kind of hear him just sort of muttering to under his breath a little bit. None of them seems to have noticed you as you crested the top of the hill. There's nothing necessarily to hide behind, but you are just sort of using the crest of the hill itself as cover and a low. Like if you were to come fully onto the top of the hill, it wouldn't make enough cover, but there's sort of a hump or a rise in the uneven ground that you're able to just sort of put between you and the goblins as you get a good peek at what's going on.
Do I see anywhere to tie off this rope?
So directly to your south, about 20 feet, there's another rock that sort of sticks up higher. So like this guy right here, you feel like you could get a rope around it and throw it down the edge. The trick is, can you do it without being seen?
That is the trick, isn't it?
And it's a 50-foot rope.
Yeah, and it's a 50-foot rope, so they would still have to
Ah,
Jump
get
really
to
high.
he's doing their math.
We should have tied my rope to it to make it 100. Well, I guess we still could because we have to end of it.
Yeah, but we didn't do it. We didn't say it.
No, I'm saying we hit the other end. Still.
So you're 40 feet. So you've got enough rope to reach the bottom if you don't move from where you are.
So we could still reach it from where she's at right now if we want
Like
to.
if she were to drop the one end of the rope down, you could still reach it at this point.
But she would have to signal to us that we need that additional.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'd have to communicate some way.
Yep.
So we don't know.
And it's raining. Like, how are you gonna see me?
Wait, hang on. Let me look at UG's.
Rain's not opaque.
Yeah, you can see. They can. So you guys at the bottom can kind of see her, because they're like half of her bottom half is still sort of dangling over the edge of this thing.
So UG has message.
Oh.
Oh, there you go.
So could UG use that to send it? It's 120 feet range. To ask her what she sees?
Yeah, like what's going on?
Yeah,
What's the range on it?
120 feet.
So we could
Oh,
send
yeah.
it, but she couldn't
So we-
like respond.
No, can't
They-
you
The
respond to
target
message?
and only the target hears the message and can reply in a whisper that only you.
Yeah, but like she'd have to respond verbally, and that's not very stealthy. Like,
But we have rain and stuff. Would we be able to whisper if we roll?
So. Oh man,
your
Oh,
camera's
no.
frozen, by the way, Steph.
my camera's frozen.
Yeah, your pictures. So,
Yours was okay, Steph.
there you go.
So
I feel like it's worth it because how else would we know if we want to come up or like walk a different direction and like hit them from multiple sides? I don't know.
Well, Kaha has to find a way to communicate first. Because we don't know what's going on up there.
You mean you don't
So-
think that she could send
I could
messages?
whisper, right? Because
You're
it's
gonna
going to her
whisper.
head.
Yeah.
Like I don't have to be loud to do this. It's not like I'm actually replying to her. It's
However
going
you
into
feel,
her brain.
however you feel your dice are. If you feel your dice are good,
I don't know what other choice I have. I mean, let's be honest. All of us getting up the rope anyways, quietly, is probably pretty slim. I feel like it's a lot slimmer than her whispering.
Yeah. Well, I'm waiting for Kahvai to tell us what's up.
So, Deuce, from where I am, it looks like we could go around and come up a different way.
Correct. Yeah, it looks like the way, at least from where you are, it seems like where the stream goes down. I don't know if you can see it. Where the stream kind of goes down the hillside,
Mhm.
it seems to be a much more gradual slope than the kind of like the sheer cliff that you've just climbed up.
Okay, I
Does
am
that
climbing.
make
back.
sense?
I'm climbing back down. Not doing anything with the rope. I'm going back down.
Okay. Make a athletic check or acrobatics.
Got a 19 and a 1. So that
Nice.
would be a 25 and a 7.
Do you still have to roll stealth, or are we assuming the natural one acrobatics? Tumble
So,
down
all
stealth.
right. So was the 19 was your your
No.
acrobatics?
7, because I have disadvantage.
Nat 1 is a nat 1.
Yeah.
Don't dress
Why
up
do you?
nat 1.
Oh, you have disadvantage. Okay.
Yeah. It's a nat
Okay.
1.
So you kind of like slip about 10 feet down, make a good amount of noise as you do so. Okay. But so far, like, you don't know that you've attracted the attention of anything. So
Okay.
make another acrobatics check.
That's a 9.
Okay. So you kind of like you're scooting down on your butt at this point, but you're making it. You're not taking any damage, but it's not. What's your stealth?
My stealth is just a straight roll. And that is a 24.
Okay. So you kind of manage to scoot down. You get it scuffed up a little bit. Like you're not. It's not graceful, but it's also, you know, you make it. So.
All right. So when I get back down, I say we need to go around the hill. It gets a little better on the other side. There's 4 of them up there. One is a sorcerer. We probably need to go first. But it's easier to get up on the other side. I don't think we could all make it up unnoticed, and whoever got up there first would be killed.
So who has all of the bomb?
I have 1.
Fergus has 2. I have 1, and Sue has 1.
I'm gonna take them from first. Should we have them ready? Is that what we think with the best?
I would have them available. I think it might be nice if we could sneak up there stealthily to kind of use that as a surprise attack.
Okay.
And it's raining. Fire and rain.
You do with
But it's oxygen. Like it explodes when it touches oxygen.
Yeah.
There's oxygen in between the raindrops.
Yeah, that's. I can't remember who made the Arcana check, but that's the beauty of Alchemist Fire. It doesn't matter if it's raining.
Yeah.
It's going to burn.
Sig really wants to stay first.
Rain might be like water on bacon grease. I don't know.
Yeah.
So who wants the 4th one? Sug, are you gonna take it or are you gonna?
Oh, I still have mine. Yeah, I still have.
Are you?
Because Fergus only had 2, and then Kavai had 1, and then I had the 4th one.
I know. I'm just saying, like, if we're having them at ready, are you gonna throw it or is No Tongue gonna throw it?
Oh, I stashed it in my bags. It is stashed.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I guess we should all just try to go up around the other side. Yep.
Yep.
Who's going next?
Fergus and then Siobhan. Who wants to be at the back? I'm assuming. Usually.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be in the middle.
Going stealthily or
Yes, going stealthily.
okay? Make your rolls. I'll say, kind of like getting.
No tongue, blessing of the trickster. Oh
Okay.
my goodness, not one.
Well,
How
with
have I got
terrain, that would give me advantage.
Yep.
Yeah, Jay, did you do
Oh,
advantage?
advantage. Like, okay, here we go.
I have a 21.
There you go. 16.
17 for 14 for 20 for Fergus.
Okay.
16.
Okay. Gonna keep going.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, we got the leaders.
Do we need to do another check for you?
Yeah. Go ahead and do one more check.
One more stealth.
One more stealth.
Siobhan
Dirty
got a
20.
20.
20.
Wow, I'm so proud of us, guys.
20.
19. Nice.
Good job.
Yeah.
And
Oh, well, I don't know where that is.
17 for Fergus.
Oh, nice. Okay. Okay. So as you come around the corner, there are two low trees. You feel like you've gone fairly stealthily as you've been progressing. So, okay. So kind of where. So as you come around the corner, you guys all see this sort of cascading stream of water. This sort of it's a little bit brown and muddy with the sweat being swollen up by the rain. It comes down and just sort of dissipates into the wider ravine as it hits the bottom. It's about 5 feet across. It doesn't look very deep. It is fairly fast, but the slope on either side of it is much shallower than the sheer cliffs that you've been following around to this point. So it would be difficult terrain. It would be something you'd move at half speed through, but you could nevertheless feel like you could make up to the top of this ravine. It's about kind of to the very top of it. It's a little bit lower than where you were, so like 30 feet from basically where Kahavai is standing up to the top of this thing.
So there are 4 goblins up there. 3 of them were by like a semicircle, kind of a big rock, and 1 of them was right over guarding the stream. Do we want to send our 2 stealthiest people up first? Or do we just want to go up?
I could 50 feet. I could try.
I cannot hear you, Megan.
What?
I can't hear you. You're breaking up.
Can you hear me now? No.
Oh.
You guys, it sounds very staticky.
Yeah.
Who'd
Chuck,
we
mute
lose?
yourself. I think we lost Megan.
I'm still here. It's just
Okay.
I was muting myself to see if it was the staticky, but it's still it was staticky even without.
It's I think it's Chuck.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's always Chuck.
Okay. If I can get within 30 feet, I could
Classic Chuck.
cast minor illusion and do like a sound or something coming from a different direction if we want to try and distract them. If we're trying to get them to like, I don't know what we're trying to do, or if we want to just take aim and start firing.
Or scare them?
If we could get their attention focused elsewhere while the rest of us climb up, we might be able to get a surprise round on them. But I don't know. So if you want to see,
I'll go and take Fergus with me. What do I need to do?
Perfect. Okay. So you don't have to make a climb check. So this Siobhan and Fergus do make stealth checks
Okay.
at advantage.
Now, Fergus, would this be so?
It would be just a straight roll because he had
because he
disadvantage.
has advantage for his sneaky boots, but disadvantage for the thing, so it would just still be a
Oh,
straight
okay.
roll.
Oh man. Does
Yeah.
it stack twice?
No, I think it's as.
I think it just stacks once.
Yeah.
Okay, so Siobhan got a
So
seven.
just a straight roll.
Yeah.
Okay, and he got an 18, so 17 and 18.
Should we all
Okay.
go up halfway? Should we all go up halfway? Man, speaking in Sioux for extended periods of time is tough. Should we all go up halfway? Sioux thinks we should go up halfway and wait.
I think we should wait. If we have to make stealth checks, we should let them make their distraction first.
Okay,
But
so
it'll take us
with
all
those rolls, I'm gonna say
twice as long to get up there because it's 40 feet up, but we're moving at half speed.
These are not toys. We do not play with
So I
them.
think we should
Oh,
go
I
up.
forgot about the half speed
Yep,
thing.
so I think we should go up halfway as they're
Alright.
going up higher. That's what Sue thinks. Just like tracking giant scary things.
So I guess the rest of us are going up halfway.
So are you guys all making
Okay.
stealth checks too?
yep.
Okay, so UG.
Still at advantage.
Still at advantage. Yep.
Woohoo! 19 for 22. Sook for 22.
15 for UG.
9 for Kahavai.
You just got lots of pluses.
So do y'all want to? Do y'all have a preference on which side of the? I'm assuming this side of the creek.
Yeah, I got an
Yeah.
8.
An 8.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So, all right, Siobhan and Fergus, you begin your ascent, going very stealthily as you make your way up. Very careful not to dislodge any loose stones. It's steep enough to where you need kind of 3 points of contact instead of just 2, so it's hard to kind of go on 2 legs. So you're usually using a hand, at least one hand, to steady yourself and pull yourself up to the next level of the scramble that you're on. I mean, it is a scramble. It's not a walk up sort of thing. And you manage to make it almost to the very top of where you are, and you look back as your companions are themselves making their way up the. Did I miss somebody? Is there somebody
Oh, UG.
not on the board? Yeah,
UG.
there he is. Did I move?
Boom.
Okay. Okay. Um. You hear, like, you guys are able to hear just sort of loose rocks tumbling down as a couple of the, let's just say, larger people make their way halfway up. And then you kind of give a sort of anxious look back, like, and they stop kind of where they are. There's about, so you guys are behind, there's about 10 more feet of cliff scramble to make it over to the crest of the hill. So that would be 20 feet of movement. So Siobhan and Fergus, are you guys going to peek over the top and see, or how are you going to? Fergus can look up and see one of the standing stones, like looming kind of right above where he is.
So,
But he can still kind of peek up around one edge of it if he wants.
So I would say Siobhan is going to look to see how far, like how far away the people are. Can I see
Okay.
from there if I peek my head up?
Yeah.
Okay.
So Siobhan just kind of peeks her head up over the crest of the hill and sees the position. They look alert, like they're looking in your direction. Yeah. What did Siobhan get on your last stealth check?
My last stealth check was...
It was like 19 or something, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was 18 or 17, I think.
Okay, that's
Can't
good.
remember which one was me.
So you kind of managed to just barely like peek the top of your head up over the edge of the cliff. I just moved your token so that you could see around the vision thing.
So my minor illusion is 30 feet, and it can be a sound, like a scream or something.
Okay.
So what is the furthest? I'm trying to look if it makes sense to have it come like north of where I'm at. I'm trying to think of how far that would be. Like, so if it takes their attention that way a little bit.
So the range on your minor illusion is 30 feet?
Yeah.
Each little square is 5 feet.
Yeah. So that would put it like
Here.
roughly there.
Now, up where me and Fergus are, you said that I can tell that everyone's looking in our direction right now?
They're alert, like they're, it's kind of like, the dog in Up, like squirrel.
Yeah.
Kinda like,
So I'm trying to figure out.
so
Is
so
it,
especially this guy right here.
yeah. Is it climbable to go more north of Fergus so I can try and get like on the other side of him? And basically, I'm trying to figure out what the terrain is. Like, would that be sheer cliff?
Yeah.
Or is there a little bit of a lip there from the tall rock?
So it would be like, it would still be like difficult terrain, but you wouldn't require like a check to kind of move this direction
Yeah.
Ooh.
to kind of give you more range on the. You would have to make another stealth check.
Okay. Because then I could probably get to like where that second stone is with my voice, right?
So like
There.
right. So
If I can make it
yeah.
bigger.
So
Okay. Stealth check.
make a stealth check.
Like it. I like
Oh,
it
I got a nat 20.
Oh, okay.
I think that worked.
So Siobhan kind of moves around Fergus, kind of edging the lip of the crest of the hill, and manages to make, without even disturbing a single pebble.
About time
To the
Siobhan
point.
does something. Man. Okay, so I am going to. This lasts for 1 minute. I mean, I can keep going because it's just a cantrip, but each time I cast it, it's 1 minute. So I am going to cast it out 30 feet and have it be a scream, like a loud scream, 30 feet away from us, or 30 feet away from me.
Oh, you're
opposite
just gonna
direction
do
of
it.
us.
You're just gonna do it.
Yep.
All right.
Nice. Okay. All right. So she does that, and you, like, you guys hear this loud scream erupt. You hear like these voices, like, kind of like, yabba yabba, and there you go. Are you
All
peeking
right.
over the edge, Siobhan, or do anything?
No, I'm gonna hold tight, and see, like, give them time to get up in case I have to cast it again. But that
Okay.
scream lasts for 1 minute.
Yeah. So I don't know if you
Okay.
know, Megan, but each round in combat is the equivalent of 6 seconds, so it'd be like 10 rounds in combat. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're good.
Does that require like concentration? So if your concentration is broken,
It says cast a
There would be like a
Okay,
C
so
and
I
a
create
diamond.
it. The illusion ends if I dismiss it as an action, or I can cast the spell again.
Well, okay.
And then it says sound continues unabated throughout the duration, or you can make discrete sound at different times before the spell ends. I didn't make it an image, so I'm going to skip that. If a creature uses its action to examine the sound or image, the creature can determine that it is an illusion with a successful intelligence or investigation check against your spell saving DC. If a creature discerns the illusion for what it is, the illusion becomes faint to that creature.
No,
Okay.
not concentration.
Okay, so you guys see Siobhan move very stealthily around to the position that she's in. She kind of concentrates for a minute and then like flicks her hand out, and you hear this ear piercing, and you like if it weren't for the rain and for the like, you're just almost completely deafened by the scream that's going off or distracted. What are the rest of you doing at this point?
Going.
Okay.
Yep, I'm in
Sue-
it.
All right, so here's what we're going to go ahead.
I'm gonna circle around opposite of
Bye.
where Siobhan went.
Fergus, what did you say, Sue?
Circling around opposite of where Siobhan went. So if she was going northwest, gonna go southwest. Yeah, gonna go
Okay.
south.
I would assume Yuji would just hide behind No Tongue, I'm guessing.
Okay. There we go. All right, Siobhan, what are you doing? You've cast the spell. Now you get to move.
Okay, so was the plan? I feel like we talked about it when we were walking around.
It's
The
too late to
plan-
talk about
Up to
plan,
you.
but just tell me what you do.
Do what you do.
Alright. I'm gonna take out my magical canister that I took from Fergus and throw it at that dude.
Yeah.
Okay, are you gonna stay where you are?
Well,
you-
I feel
you-
like I'm gonna get off
You
the
can't
cliff.
see him, so
Yeah.
there you go.
I was gonna say, I feel like I gotta pull myself up. And
Okay.
now I'm gonna throw it.
All right, so here's what we'll do. We will let the thing roll initiative. All right, and Sug will be first up when we come back together.
Yes. Oh my goodness.
So the four goblins have moved in the direction of the sound, the illusion. So, he does.
Oh
Do
my
we
goodness.
get advantage by that because they're distracted or no? I'm just curious how that works.
So you guys will get, and remind me of this. In fact, let me make a note. But you guys will get 1 round of surprise.
Okay.
How about that?
Yay, surprise round.
Sweet.
So don't let me forget surprise round.
Okay.
Surprise round before we all die. I like it.
Yeah.
But you have
I
the
got my first
berries. You
actions.
can eat the berries.
There you go. Yep. Roll the dice.
I'll be tossing berries into people's mouth.
Javon's got a +5
Right.
Constitution saving throw, so I'm just saying. Maybe Siobhan's the next one to down some berries.
Mm-hmm.
Something's going down.
All right.
This was fun, guys.
Oh man.
Okay.
So we'll see
Yeah,
you guys in 3 weeks.
3 weeks.
Yeah, sorry.
No, you're good.
It's all good.
Have fun. Sounds like some
Yeah.
fun stuff.
Well.
Well, the youth thing sounds fun.
General Assembly. It's going to be a lot of Robert's Rules of Order, and
Yeah.
I would like to make a motion.
Oh no. Yeah, I've been spoiled. The Hawaii Baptist Convention is a pretty fun group, but it's not a typical.
Yeah, there's some fun going on. We'll
Yeah.
some family reunion type stuff.
Excellent.
Seeing some old friends and stuff. And St. Louis is pretty cool. And the kids are coming with us, and
Fun. Good.
so
Family trip.
yeah. Staying in a
Oh,
nice
nice.
fancy pants hotel on the church's dime.
Yes. Nice. Enjoy. Have fun, guys.
Yeah, see you guys. See you guys
Bye.
later.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.